Okay, further on, let's talk a little bit about, what are things you've either done or seen that is kind of like, think of it more like this way. What would you say, if looking back, if you could have been an advisor now to yourself as when you're first directing, what would you tell yourself? What is it that maybe you did that was the most kind of, the thing you thought was kind of the worst offense you might have done that you would want to see undone if you could do that?
Wore too many hats.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was behind the camera, in front of the camera, and my co-stars had to tell me sometimes, okay, take that behind the camera scene hat off, get in front of the camera, and get that person on, get in character, those type of things. So the second time around, it was a lot easier. I slashed down my role some, but I enjoyed doing both really. But I think it hurt the project just a little bit if you're not experienced, because I wasn't experienced at doing it. I mean, I was new at everything except for the acting part.
So the big thing for you was really being an actor in the scene. That really ripped you. It was tearing your concentration apart, you think?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I'm worrying about, okay, I hope they got this right. Okay, are they doing this? All right, stop. Did y'all have that? Okay, those type of thing. How the shot look, and so just too many hats in the beginning.
I just feel like a lot of times people try to bite off more than they can chew, and then you just get yourself in trouble.
Like what? What's an example of that?
Or just like even the first 48 hour that we did, we were like, oh, we're gonna do this and this and this and this, and it was like 8 o'clock Saturday night, and we're like, our actors had to go. it was just we ended up pulling it together, but it was definitely a learning experience.
So like, what percentage of what you intended did you actually get done then?
Like probably like 45%.
So
just keep it short and sweet, I think, and concentrate on the script. That's all. Starts with the script. Keep it short and sweet. Know what you can do, and concentrate on doing that well, as opposed to this grand idea that you have.
I'm a big proponent for, but I don't disrespect people that go straight for features. Mm-hmm. But I'm a big believer in, like, you do shorts and kind of graduate to features.
I probably would have done that had I known better.
Well, for me, it's more of like, you learn to write a sentence before you write a novel. In a lot of ways, so you learn how to write a sentence structure before you really try to tackle a novel. But at the same time, there are people that are like, what good is a short? There's people that feel that way, and I don't disrespect it. Even if I disagree with it, I don't disrespect that opinion.
Yeah, but I think my thing was, I didn't write a short story first. I wrote a novel. Mm-hmm. I didn't write a short movie or a short. I wrote a feature. And so because I was looking to try to maybe option it somehow or another, and it never got to that point. Hey, shoot it yourself. So I got some people, like I said before, Craig Short, John Whitty, some other people, and they helped me get started.
But do you regret doing a feature before you did a short?
I think I spent a lot of money on and not having the quality that I wanted. So in that regard, yes. But overall, I still don't have any regrets, because I still love it. I love what the finished product, but I think quality-wise, it suffered a lot of ways.
Well, what did you find in terms of editing? What did you really learn more as you went between editing from where you started and to where you are now?
When you think it's there, keep cutting. I just feel like it can always be cut. You're so afraid, especially if you're editing it yourself. This is my baby, I don't want to cut it down. You're so attached to the scenes, but no, you just gotta cut the fat.
Yeah, I think I learned on the job training again, as with everything in the first movie. So as I watched the editor edit, I just learned everything I could. And so when I shot the second one, I shot with the edit in mind. Mm-hmm. And so that helped me out a lot. So I went in and edited primarily most of it myself the second time. So I was confident that time.
So in the first one, when you worked with an editor, did you find that they maybe wanted to cut lines or something that you really wanted to keep? Did you ever have those kind of conversations?
Yeah, we almost went to blows a couple times.
Well, that's actually good that you almost did, because the best thing about that is you have a collaborator that's passionate about their opinions too.
Right. And I had to respect that.
And that's the thing about it, is that fight, whether it came to blows or not, could determine making the best movie possible.
It's just an interesting, you bringing up it being collaborative. It is, and yet mostly I think one person owns the vision.
Would you call it the director or the producer?
Right. Good question. I try to be both. That way
Whoever
I solve
had the
that
money.
problem.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to have the person, right? I don't know. I don't know
Always
if there's a
have
right
that
place to
person,
put
yeah.
it, but I mean, it could be the editor, but it has to be somebody, I think.
most people are writer-producers that think that they're writer-directors, because a lot of the things that people do in making indie films today, when you say indie film, I'm talking about like these DSLR or camcorder shoots. Most people are writer-producers that think they're writer-directors because director and a film by credit is the sexy title. That's what everybody wants, but they don't understand is what they're actually doing is producing and not directing. Because I mean, the art form of directing, and I mean, and I'm, by the way, talking about myself more than anybody else, because that's what I was for the first 7 or 8 years of my filmmaking career. I was a writer-producer that thought he was a writer-director. So as angry as I may sound about other people, I'm really talking about myself, quite genuinely. And it's like I'm still very much learning what the art form of directing is. I mean, like, what is directing to you?
I mean, I think it's different with everybody. Because, I mean, for me personally, when we're on set, I'm just like totally relaxed, and I let the actors kind of do their thing. I'm not like overly do it this way. I just kind of like trust the actors and let them do their thing. That's at least that's how I am.
But again, it's more of what is the definition of directing to you? Like, what does that entail? What are your responsibilities as a director?
I mean, getting the best out of your talent.
It's one of the things where you're just trying to get. I don't know. I'm like him, man. I'm all about the talent, because I heard a guy say sometimes, man, you let the actors do what they do. I just direct the shots and I direct everything else. I don't know.
But is that your view too? That like you're more interested in
I'm more the actors. I'm more actors. I like to leave the camera to the cameraman. We discuss what I see. Then if he can do it, get the shot I want, then that's on him. But I'm more with the actors.
Where do you land on that?
I've had some conversations with people who say they're really aggravated by line reads. Don't give me a line read. I'm talent. I know how to do it. And I appreciate that. I wonder about the structure of a short versus a feature, and the assembly of the story, and its sequencing, and how much, I guess you'd call it, control is required to get to the payoff in 4 minutes versus, I mean, what I want to do more of is letting the actors act. I'm curious. I need to learn more about the structure. But sorry, your question was definition of director. I think directors' responsibilities are to own the vision for the product, own the heart of the vision of the product, be a great team leader who gets people aligned with the vision, and I think is smart what Vic said about get the best out of your talent. And that could look different.
Talent covers in front of the camera and behind the camera. Well, on your features, what was like your biggest day with the most people? How many people did you have to wrangle?
Probably about 8.
Really? That's the largest your crew got?
Yeah, and the smallest was maybe 3.
So you always had your camera and your sound covered, right?
Oh yeah, tried to.
What's the average size of your crew then?
It's same thing. Ranges from 2 or 3 or 4 people to big day 15.
This wraps up kind of the roundtable for first-time filmmaker advice. I want to thank everybody for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.